Within a year of his debut, Umaga had taken out Flair, pinned Triple H, pinned John Cena, Jeff Hardy, and Kane. Not to mention he had beaten quite a few other legends along the way as he remained unfazed and undefeated.
The spike turned into the throat of Hardy, and Umaga wins decisively.
Much like his theme song, which to this day remains undefeated.
This man's thighs.
This is until he went toe-to-toe with his most iconic rival, John Cena.
Pulls himself up. Cena with a roll-up.
The New Year's Revolution match in 2007 is one thing, but the Royal Rumble match? Inject that into my veins all day. And no, I'm not talking about whatever was happening backstage at that event because, I don't know. In January 2007, John Cena and Umaga went to war in one of WWE's most brutal, emotional, and perfectly told main events ever. Last Man Standing.
Where in the hell is John Cena getting this? John Cena said, "Come on, Umaga, give me your best damn shot."
It was the battle between the face of the company and an unstoppable monster who had slayed everyone in his path. And it wasn't just about a title, it was Cena trying to survive the monster that Umaga was. And also Cena saying right back, "Survive the animal I have become." Did I just make some kind of reference? In early 2007, WWE's landscape was built around one man, John Cena. He was the poster child for the Ruthless Aggression era's new direction. Clean-cut, charismatic, and relentless. And to be fair, he was also a tremendous wrestler and storyteller who, even with his GOAT moniker, I'm still not sure enough people give Cena the credit he deserves for that 2006 to 2007 run. But the audience was divided at the time. Half the crowd saw Cena as a hero, while the other half saw him as corporate, overpushed, and untouchable. Which is really where the "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chants got louder and louder. He was still the top guy, but he needed a match that reminded everyone why he was the top guy. And they did that by putting him against a man who didn't just look dangerous, but felt unstoppable. And that man was the Samoan bulldozer, Umaga.
Against who? Umaga. You mean Umaga?
Umaga? Donald Trump isn't going to be here until we start building to WrestleMania, sir. Because I'm British, I feel inclined to eat beans on toast and say, Umaga, exactly like William Regal. But Umaga wasn't new to WWE. You might have remembered him years before as Jamal in 3-Minute Warning. But in 2006, he was reborn. Under the guidance of the cigar-smoking eccentric Armando Estrada, Umaga became a silent destroyer. Now, when he debuted again, noticeably less aura than what he'd gained, but that's okay. With all due respect, braiding his hair added like a million aura. But this Umaga spoke no words, showed no mercy, and racked up win after win. He had a primal fury that felt authentic. He wasn't flashy, no promos, no catchphrases. He wasn't going out there saying, "Is it great to be a bulldozer on Monday night or what? Ya yeet." WWE built him perfectly. For months, no one could stop him. Not Kane, not Ric Flair, not even Shawn Michaels. By late 2006, Umaga was undefeated and unstoppable, and the message was clear. If Cena could survive this, he deserved to be WWE champion. Their first encounter came at New Year's Revolution 2007, and it was a turning point, because Umaga dominated nearly the entire match. He ragdolled Cena, battered his ribs, and showcased freakish athleticism for a man of his size.
And Cena now with the burst. Cena with the burst. Hey, the blockbuster. Look at Umaga, he's right back out. Umaga, oh my God.
Cena, as always, refused to quit, but this wasn't a confident victory story. It was desperation. At the end, Cena rolled Umaga up in a shock pinfall, no comeback sequence, no 5 moves of doom, just survival.
Pulls himself up. Look out! Cena with a roll-up. My God, he did it!
The win protected Umaga's aura and made Cena look vulnerable, which was a rare thing at the time. Even in loss, Umaga had taken something away from this. But this result only made Umaga more dangerous because he'd been embarrassed and he wasn't finished yet. Over the next few weeks, the feud turned personal. Umaga with Vince McMahon in his corner became the hand of corporate vengeance, punishing Cena for defying the boss. But Cena was jumped backstage, slammed through tables, left gasping for air. His ribs were taped, his endurance was questioned, so for the Royal Rumble in 2007, the rematch was made official. No countouts, no disqualifications, last man standing. It wasn't about winning anymore, it was about who could outlast the other.
Oh no, look out here! And the steel steps welcome John Cena with open arms, so to speak.
And from the opening bell, it was chaos. Umaga mauled Cena with headbutts, splashes, and destruction.
Whether it's instincts or whether it's coaching, it's gonna work, I'm afraid. John Cena! Oh no! John!
Within 10 minutes of this match, Cena had sweat pouring, his eyes were glazed over, and as JR would say, "Ripping a crimson mask, king."
Bernie Hellis, John Cena, get in this! John Cena said, "Come on, Umaga, give me your best damn shot!"
That right there, that is one of the coldest resilience moments ever.
Cena! Cena's head, I think, hit the steps. I know Umaga hit the steps, but Cena's body, I think, gave away on it.
This wasn't the typical PG Cena, which we'd come to know later. This was the gritty, desperate fighter who had to adapt to survive.
Umaga!
Tables were broken, monitors were flying.
What's he gonna do? Stop him! Umaga running to Cena!
Every 10 count felt like a story beat. Could Cena even stand anymore?
Nobody survives the Samoan spike. They haven't yet. I don't think they ever will.
But equally, Umaga with his own freakish Godzilla-like nature.
Is Cena gonna do it? At 9! It's over! Wait, no! Wait, what is the referee saying?
And every time Cena did stand again, the crowd roar got even louder.
Oh, it's blocked! Cena's blocked! Cena trying to block it. Cena. Headbutt. What's he gonna do now? Cena!
Even the fans who once booed him started to respect what they were seeing. It's one of the best qualities of Cena's career, how everyone who once hated him can now at least respect, if not love him. Cena took everything that Umaga could give, but then in pure desperation, he found his opening.
And now Cena with the STFU! What the hell is this? A choke! It's legal! It's all legal!
He grabbed a loose ring rope, wrapped it around Umaga's throat, and pulled with everything he had. But somehow Umaga showed life in the Valley of Death.
Oh, Umaga's eyes. Look at his eyes. Look at Umaga's eyes. Look at his mouth. Somehow. Look at this! My God, I can't believe this Samoan monster.
The camera caught it perfectly. Cena screaming through the blood and pain, Umaga clawing to breathe. But even after reapplying the STFU choke, Cena himself letting go in exhaustion, praying desperately that this would be it.
I think Umaga's done, JR! Well, yes! Oh, man! My God, Cena's done it!
Umaga was down, Cena had survived. Not with strength, not with skill, but with sheer willpower and the ability to never give up. But Cena didn't celebrate victory that night, he celebrated his survival. David could barely stand as the crowd gave him a standing ovation for jousting Goliath. Even the harshest Cena critics had to admit it, the man earned it.
A Herculean effort for the WWE champion, but you got a one record walking through this hell. If John Cena can ever be the same again.
He proved he wasn't just a 5 moves of doom performer, he could bleed, he could suffer, and still fight through it all. And it really has been a common theme throughout Cena's career. Obviously this video specifically touches on Umaga, but Cena in those later years in his career every now and again would give you a match that would remind you that yes, there is still a wrestler in there, and that wrestler can wrestle. And for Umaga, the match didn't hurt him, it cemented him. He came out looking like a monster who could still break anyone except the man who was too stubborn to die. Umaga's short but groundbreaking run had plenty of highlights. After this, he went on to be a part of a marquee WrestleMania match and become the Intercontinental Champion.
That big thumb buried into the
His Jeff Hardy feud too still remains a highlight for so many reasons. That ending, that sell by Jeff Hardy, oh my god, are you kidding? And the Hardy feud in of itself deserves its own video because it is filled with the spectacular.
No way! Don't do this, Jim! No! Oh my God!
So what made Umaga vs. Cena so powerful? It wasn't just the violence, it was the psychology. Cena wasn't fighting to win, he was fighting to prove he could endure. And Umaga wasn't fighting to cheat or be a coward, he was fighting to destroy. Every move had meaning, every chair shot, every 10 count built tension. The audience felt every beat and they were invested.
Cena doing here? This! How is
It's also such a minor detail, but I really miss when flash photography was more present at wrestling shows, because seeing huge iconic WWE moments back in the day with a sea of flashes, everybody wanting to capture that moment, it was remarkable and I truly do miss that era. This match was a perfect example of why wrestling, at its best, is storytelling through struggle. It's not all about who can hit the craziest gymnastic routine, no words were needed, just emotion, pain, and willpower. In many ways, this was the night John Cena became the company's guy for good. Not just because Vince said so, but because the audience finally believed that he was that guy. After the Royal Rumble, Umaga stayed a big part of Raw's main event picture, even facing Bobby Lashley and star of Home Alone 2 Donald Trump at WrestleMania 23 in the Battle of the Billionaires.
Trump and Lashley shaving Mr. McMahon bald.
He'd continue to dominate until he lost his momentum and fell out of favor, violating the wellness policy and being released in 2009, where he would unfortunately pass away at just age 36. Perhaps one of the more underrated what-ifs in pro wrestling, because imagine Umaga going through the 2010s, becoming WWE champion, adding to the Bloodline saga. Imagine the inevitable Umaga Brock Lesnar or Umaga Roman Reigns match that would have happened. But Cena would go on to headline WrestleMania 23 against Shawn Michaels, continuing his defining run. I'd be remiss not to mention his match against HBK on Raw in 2007 in April too, that went almost an hour. 2007 John Cena on his own deserves a video for that matter. But to this day, fans point back to that Royal Rumble match as the moment when Cena's toughness became legend. It was more than just a title defense, it was proof of his heart. And it was the moment Umaga, though defeated, became immortalized as one of the most believable monsters WWE ever created. A match that defined an era and truly proved what it means to be the last man standing.